Hello Linux fans, Rob here, and time for another community poll video. I enjoy doing these, and so today's poll question, actually 2 days ago the poll question was, what is the longest you have used any GNU Linux OS as your daily driver? So it's been 2 days, we've had 102 votes, and if you're watching this video and you say, oh, I didn't vote, I'm going to leave this up for another couple of days, so feel free to jump in and vote and leave your comments. So here we have 1 to 4 weeks as an option, 2 to 6 months as an option, 1 to 3 years as an option, and 3 to 5 years or more as an option. And then the final option is I have only ever used one distro, just upgraded on new releases. Now I was a bit surprised by the results. I expected to see a higher number in the 1 to 4 weeks because I'm pretty much a distro hopper. And it just seems to me that that's a part of Linux that is fun, so I expected to see that a little bit higher, but I get it. I mean, actually I have settled in and started staying with distros longer than I did in the past. 2 to 6 months came in just above 1 to 4 weeks here at 15%. I was surprised to see high numbers here on 1 to 3 years. I just personally can't imagine staying with a distro all the way up to 3 years and just upgrading with that distro. I just can't foresee that happening. But if you're using that and you've got it set up the way you like it and it's stable and it works for you, I certainly understand people who say, why would I change? This does what I need it to do. It works for me. I've got it set up the way I like it, so there's no reason to change that. And I understand that philosophy and that point of view for sure. Now, I was also surprised to see 3 to 5 years or more. I mean, getting into the 5-year mark, a lot changes within that 5-year mark. So seeing that people have stuck with one distro that long, to me, is just surprising at 29%. Now, I imagine, and maybe this was missed, but I imagine many of you have used that 3 to 5 year distro and you've just continued to upgrade, which is what we had here. Now next up are your comments, and so I enjoy those, especially for the video, so we can get some feedback. And these kinds of things I enjoy hearing from you on because there's perspective here, and I think it's good for new people who are just looking at Linux for the first time to hear perspective from people who have used distros for 3 to 5 years or more. So first up is RoboNuggle. Not Linux, but have used FreeBSD on my servers and workstation for 11 plus years exclusively, and that's impressive. So thanks for your reply there. David Mock, I usually have a couple of favorite dependable distros installed on partitions, and then play around with others in VirtualBox or from live USBs. Some people speak of distro hopping as if it were some kind of moral failing, but I think that's just silly. Trying out new flavors is one of the most attractive things about Linux. And David, I couldn't agree with you more. Well said there. And I am sure there are many of you out there who are doing probably what David does, either with USBs or multiple partitions, just to try things out. Gert, you came up with Ubuntu. Now this was impressive here. Ubuntu from 5.04 all the way up until 1904. With just recently switching to Arco Linux with the GNOME desktop, which, I mean, to go from 504 all the way up to 1904 and then switch over to an Arch-based distro. So surprising here. And then, so you're using that at home, and then Arco Linux with XFCE on your company laptop. So very interesting there. I'd like to know what made you, switch from Ubuntu like you did. That'd be interesting. And then Dieter Christensen, we have here Linux Mint Mate or Mate, and you say that in Thailand the update is easy. I can use the server that works for me here thanks to the built-in testing of the mirror speed and the ability to use the mirrors that work for me. The ability to use different keyboard layouts for at least 2 different European languages, English and Thai. These 2 options are essential to me. So thank you for posting there and commenting. Mandeep, once you go Arch, it's hard to find something better. So, crazy Arch fans out there, and I've used Arch distros for quite some time. It may be something that I switch back to. One of the things with a lot of the Arch distros is that they are rolling. So you could essentially go with one flavor of Arch distro and just hang in there for many, many years as long as the distro remains rolling and you can keep things in good shape on your system. So thanks for that comment. And then Tony, guy after my own heart here. Tony says more like a week at the most. So I feel you, Tony. Sometimes you get that itch and you got to scratch it and hop over to a new distro. So just thanks to everyone who has commented here. And again, just as a reminder, popped myself off there. As a reminder, I'm going to keep this up for about 2 days, maybe 2 or 3 more days. So if you want to get your vote in and your comment in, please dive right in. As always, thanks for watching.